Russia deployed a number of tanks across Belarus on Thursday, 10 halves, for a 5-day shooting drill. This exercise was carried out at a time when the conflict between Ukraine and Russia was heating up. Although Russia and Belarus do not say how many troops are taking part in this exercise, the United States estimates there are about 30,000 troops deployed to Belarus from several locations, including the Russian Far East. The Russian Defense Ministry said the drills would focus on suppressing and repelling external aggression. The Kremlin also insisted their troops would return home after the exercise was over. In addition, this exercise is planned to be carried out until February 20th. However, the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, assessed that the accumulation of power that occurred at his country's borders was a form of psychological pressure from his neighboring country. Kiev has also launched military exercises, but little information is circulating regarding these exercises, given the escalating Russia-Ukraine conflict. In addition to the exercises in Belarus, Russia also sent 6 warships to the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov to conduct naval exercises. Shipment is carried out via the Bosphorus, Turkish Strait. Ukraine denounced this move, saying Russia was trying to expel Kiev from both seas. As is known, Russia reportedly continues to deploy their troops and weapons to the Ukrainian border. NATO calls Russia's deployment of missiles, heavy weapons and troops a sign of danger for Europe for 3 decades. In addition, several U.S. officials had said that Russian troops on the Ukrainian border now reached 130,000. On the other hand, Russia says the deployment of troops is done as a form of self-defense if Ukraine joins NATO. Russian President Vladimir Putin has accused the United States of trying to drag his country into war. Putin also discussed a potential future scenario, in which Ukraine becomes a member of NATO and then seeks to recapture the Crimean Peninsula. Just imagine that Ukraine is a member of NATO and started this military operation. Do we have to go to war with the NATO bloc? Has anyone thought about this? I don't think so, Putin said, as quoted by Reuters. According to Putin, Washington's main focus right now is not on Ukraine's security, but on the desire to control Russia. In this case, Ukraine itself is an instrument to achieve this goal, Putin said. This can be achieved in a number of ways, one of which is by dragging us into some kind of armed conflict, and with the help of their European allies, imposing the harsh sanctions on us that they are talking about in the US. Meanwhile, Ukrainian Foreign Minister, Dmytro Kuleba, considered Russia's concerns unreasonable. All Russia talk about mystical threats from NATO or Ukraine is absurd, he said. Look forward to further news about the military only on the Military News channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.